All right, what up, Crangrape Nation? Let me double check to make sure this is on.
Should we roll down the window?
No.
Car's not on.
But anyway, what's up, guys? We just saw Toy Story 4. Me, McHale, Mike, Jovon. Jordan could not be with us, unfortunately, though he has seen the movie. So once we all get together to do a podcast or something, we can talk about it a little bit more. So we just got out. It's the fourth Toy Story movie, hence Toy Story 4. And what were your guys' initial thoughts like going into this? Like, what were your concerns?
Well, we've talked about this before, but I'm not.
About.
He's been clicking the window since the video started.
I have no.
Letting up.
Sorry, I don't have nearly as much like affiliation with Toy Story as you two do, and I just don't really. I don't say I don't like Toy Story. I just like. I'm not as attached to it.
I'm gonna one up what any of you say about you being a Toy Story fan as a child. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm just
looking you dead in the eyes.
So really, like, this is me experiencing it as a movie, not really nostalgia filled.
Yeah.
And that was my thoughts going in. Like, I'm really not. I don't have any attachment to these characters beyond the movie itself.
Yeah, I'm much in the same boat. I wasn't really.
You're dying of heat stroke.
I wasn't.
Jovon only rolled it down a little bit.
I wasn't really a Toy Story kid. I never didn't like it. I just never really watched it when I was young. I didn't see the first one until I was maybe like
Trying to get in the
11 or 12, and then I didn't see the rest till I was like
Jovon just informed us as the movie ended that he had never seen Toy Story 2.
I haven't.
The best one. But so I'm gonna one up all of you guys, I guess, because as a kid,
Why are you so damp?
I just get very sweaty very easily. As a kid,
Don't open the door.
As a kid, I had
Jesus Christ.
I was a Toy Story fan down to the point where I had Woody bed sheets, which I still use.
On Woody's face.
I still use.
You've come on Woody.
They're very heavy, but they're
You
in the
got
winter.
a Woody and Woody.
And I had Andy's cloud wallpaper in my room until I had to move, and now I have shitty yellow walls. Thanks a lot, great aunt who died. But yeah.
Wowza.
That's true?
Yeah. Two of them, actually. But yeah, you know, so I had to lose.
Kale, I have two aunts.
I had two great aunts, and they died.
Oh, my
One was
God.
100 when she died, so don't fuck with me.
Well, I'm a Kale's great aunt. I'm 100.
I'm dead.
Oh. I choked on my tongue.
That's not what happened. She died of old age. Anyway, I was a big Toy Story fan, and I had and still do have most of, like, not just like the toys themselves that they would like have in the store, but I had like movie accurate versions of the toys. Is this what you
see?
But yeah, so I was expecting a lot, and Toy Story 3 was incredibly emotional, and it was a very well made movie, and I was expecting a lot going into this because this is the follow up to Toy Story 3 that I was really expecting them not to make. But with that being said, for all of us, let's get into what we actually thought of the movie. Spoilers ahead beyond this point, by the way. Darkest first.
You can go for it. Well, okay. Well, from the perspective of I didn't think Toy Story 4 needed to be made.
Yeah, I think we could all agree.
I don't think any of us thought it did.
Yeah,
it's.
I don't know about Jordan.
It's something that's good to have, but not something that I feel like anybody was really desperate to see. But with that being the case, I thought it was fantastic.
Yes,
I didn't think
it was good.
It's one of those movies that it reminds me of Endgame, where it's like it runs the risk of ruining everything that came before it, but it only served to kind of
was a little bit of a sugar to a coffee.
Yeah, you could say that. It only served to remind me how much I really enjoy the universe and the characters, and
it was more of like a catching up with a friend than it was like a continuation of something. And it felt good to see Woody and Buzz after all of this time, to see that they're still like.
I think that was my kind of complaint about it, though, was that it felt like for a movie that's supposed to be the ending, it felt like catching up with a friend. It didn't feel like the ending of a series. You know
and
what I mean?
I feel
that
like,
was my complaint about it. Go ahead.
I feel like that's Pixar having pigeonholed themselves, because I imagine they made 3 thinking it was the end, and then that was a perfect ending, and then they had to follow up with 4, and it just couldn't reach that threshold.
I recall in an interview during Cars 2, John the Hands Lasseter.
Why do you call him what? Did he get Me Too'd?
Yep.
For hugging.
Shit.
There were so many during the press tour for Cars 2. Somebody said, "Hey, John, what are the plans for Toy Story 4?" And he said, "So anyway, in Cars 2, like just not being, I felt like he was trying to dodge the question." But in a way, I felt like that was like, there's not going to be a Toy Story 4, and with his indirect way of saying it. So, of course there was, but the way I felt about this movie, I was very nervous going in, and there was all those rumors about the supposed really emotional ending, which I don't think we got the ending that was rumored. They might have changed it, or that might have just been not true as it is.
What was the rumor?
Apparently, I don't know what I read. When I read a review for it, there was like Tim Allen pitched a alternate ending.
Tim Allen is very well spoken on his desire to say the N-word freely.
Let Buzz do coke and say the N-word.
Let Buzz sell coke in the 70s and get arrested for it and still get employed by Disney. But anyway, I thought it was very funny. It was definitely the funniest.
Oh, it was hilarious. I've never laughed that hard at a Toy
I think
Story
it was
movie.
the funniest out of all the movies, but I think narratively it was the least solid.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's a fault of the movie, so it's gonna get docked some points for that. But seriously, big ups to Key and Peele, who got back together for this movie.
I thought they were not going to be funny seeing the trailer. I was not.
The trailer that they were in, doing the Key and Peele like from the TV show shtick. Like the,
it was not very funny.
No, it's to infinity and your mom, like that part. That's from the show, right?
Yeah.
When they keep getting the lines wrong. Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like them referencing the show, but they didn't. My favorite part of the movie was when they show Key and Peele murdering an old woman 3 times in a row.
And they do it again in the after credits.
Yeah.
Or one of the mid credits scenes.
Do they? Oh, well, they do kind of that. Mike, put your fingers up. Ah! Why was your hand wet? But anyway, yeah, I thought Toy Story 4 was pretty good for what it was.
I thought it was fantastic.
He was good.
The animation in this movie, let me not forget.
I was gonna say that.
This was
beautiful.
Absolutely, probably the most nicely animated movie I've ever seen.
Absolutely gorgeous. Every single part of it.
I'm still biased towards Spider-Verse.
I knew you were gonna fucking say Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse's animation is like here. Toy Story 4, you can't even see.
In realism levels, sure, but
yeah, that's all that matters. Is why make it animated if you could just, or why make it real life if you could just make it.
That's the new Disney motto.
So somebody was like, "Please, Mr. Lasseter, I would just like to go home and see my children." And he's like, "Give Woody's shirt individual fibers," and they were like, oh, "Okay." And then it was another 14 hours of them just going.
My only another con of the movie is because what's hard about movies that are good is that like there's only so many things you could say about like it's funny, it's good,
it is
the
good.
acting's
funny.
good,
yeah.
Is that I believe they spent way too much time at the antique shop.
Yeah,
it isn't really an interesting set piece.
It's more close quarters than the other Toy Story movies.
Yeah,
they don't.
Which is just it gets. I got a little bit. I was dulled to it by the time they went back the third time.
If I were to have one fault, I'd say it's that I feel like they didn't spend enough time with the goodbyes. They didn't. Like it was bittersweet.
That could have been way more emotional.
I feel like,
and I wanted to cry in this movie.
I wanted to bawl my eyes out there. It was still.
I cried so hard in Toy Story 3.
But I feel like the fact that after 4 movies he's leaving the group he's been with since the first one,
and they just kind of hug him. And it's like bye.
But then a lot of it was like Woody's happy now. I think. Yeah.
But like they never show him happy as a lost toy either.
Yeah, he's always like, I have to do this. But I guess he's fulfilling his purpose. That was the big thing in the movie, that he doesn't feel useful anymore.
I wish they showed him more. I don't believe that it's like content with that group.
Yeah, there's gonna be.
I get he likes Bo Peep, and that's always been a steady thing.
Oh, that's gonna be what Toy Story 5 is, isn't it?
Well, if it gets made.
Don't say Toy Story 5.
Because there's no way. That was one thing I really did like about this movie. There can't be a Toy Story 5.
Sure, there can.
They're really gonna leave Woody out of Toy Story 5,
or they follow him and not the others.
They're really gonna leave Buzz out of Toy Story 5.
Honestly,
if they make
it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
bro, they had to scrape this one up. Mr. Potato Head was dead.
So I actually kind of think that they put themselves in a position where they can make shorts. Maybe they've
been doing that. Yeah,
but
so you can just do like Woody meets.
But I feel like
Woody meets Buzz from Toy Story 2.
I feel like we had the same discussion after Toy Story 3.
I didn't have this conversation. I didn't know either of you after Toy Story
You get
3.
what I'm saying?
I don't know. After Toy Story 3, the door was much wider open. With this one, it's either we lose all the other toys and keep Woody, or we keep all the other toys and we lose Woody. And Woody's like the biggest face.
Or you keep cutting back and forth.
Yeah. Which is
between two storylines.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's dumb doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
They could do like...
I feel like,
don't get me wrong.
I feel like Pixar's smarter than to let that
And they
happen.
did that passing the torch thing
Dory.
to...
Finding Dory wasn't
A bad experience. It was a bad experience. It was...
But
a lot of people really liked it. I might have just had a bad experience in the theater. I'm not emotionally attached to Finding Nemo as much as I am to like...
I love Finding Nemo.
See, this is where we're different, guys. Everybody has that one Pixar movie. Well, like, guys, this is definitely the best Pixar movie.
That was
no, it's fucking not. Yeah. Like, everybody's like, oh my god, you don't like the fucking Cars? No, because Cars is stupid.
Cars sucks.
Yeah, Cars, the video game is good.
The Incredibles is the best Pixar movie.
Don't look off in the... You're not even in shot right now, Jovon. But, yeah, so Toy Story is definitely my favorite. But, yeah, I felt like if this is the end for Toy Story, which I really hope it is, this was a good way to wrap up the series. It didn't suck too bad. It wasn't so good. I mean, it could have been better. But with working with what they had, with the passing of Don Rickles, which is very sad, and I'm glad that they took time out of the film to address it in the post-credits, which there's a very nice tribute to Don Rickles, which I appreciated.
I think you're from Goosebumps, the 90s show.
But
that's the theme song, man.
Other than that, honestly, solid movie. I'd see it. If you're well, I already did, but if I could see it again, I would.
I'd recommend it.
I would recommend it. Yeah, it's. I'm probably gonna go see it again. Honestly,
Absolutely.
I definitely.
I probably won't, but like I said, I don't have as much attachment as these two.
I feel like, but like even still, like you might not go see it again, but you'll definitely watch it again.
I'd watch it again.
Yeah.
If someone really wanted to and they were like, let's rent it, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd spend the money going to go see it in a theater, but
yeah.
Like if down the line it comes on HBO, I'd watch
it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings on this movie. I've always been very personally attached to Toy Story, probably like my number one most personal attachment aside from Spider-Man, which is still way up there. But yeah, for a Toy Story fan like me, really solid entry in the series, I'd say. Definitely the funniest. If for that alone, I'd say check it out. For Key and Peele alone, for Betty White, for Mel Brooks, for Carol Burnett, Keanu Reeves, yeah. Christina Hendricks is great in this movie.
You knew.
I don't know.
Keanu was in the movie, the Keanu movie. Bro!
Keanu was the cat? He was the cat?
And now he's in a movie with them together. And then there was another Jordan Peele reference because like
I do not believe for 1 second that was planned though.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
There was a little girl like lost at the car. I thought that was like
that's just kind of
the Jordan Peele verse and the Toy Story verse. That means Us takes place in the same universe as Finding Dory.
As Finding Dory.
Well, yeah, they all take place in the same universe.
Did they really? Oh, because Boo was in the.
Yeah, Boo was also in this movie.
So does that mean that Monsters Inc. happens in a relatively close time span to Toy Story 4?
I would say so.
That's weird.
Well, she's in Toy Story 3 too. And Randall is Andy's monster. Because in Monsters Inc., when they're going through all the backgrounds that Randall could change into, it's all kids' wallpapers, and the one is Andy's.
Mm-hmm.
Why should make?
God, it's so. I love when they do that.
I'm well versed in Pixar lore.
Well, they're not all in the same universe, are they?
Shut the fuck up! Yes, they are.
What about Cars?
Cars is after the humans leave, before Wall-E.
How do the cars become sentient?
They were always sentient, and then Wall-E makes them into little boxes. And Lightning McQueen is like a box.
So you're telling me that Wall-E's full of car graveyard?
Are you attempting to find logic in a universe of talking toys and superheroes and fish?
The thing that tweaked me out in this movie is there was and World War II, and there was Car Hitler and Jesus Chrysler. Do you think Car Hitler was a forklift or like a BMW or?
I feel like he was like.
Well, what was the reasonable answer is to call him an
VW
Audi.
Beetle?
Yeah, VW Beetle.
Right?
Beetle.
Beagle?
Yeah, Beagle. What?
I mean, the reason I was going to say like he's an Audi or like a Beetle.
Yeah, he's some German car.
Audi's
anyway, Toy Story 4. I like this movie a lot. I'd go see it again.
When the Hondas bombed Pearl Harbor.
They were Toyotas. But final scores. I'm gonna give this one. Jovon just drank his axe. I'm gonna give this one 8 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10.
So until next time, smash the motherfucking subscribe button, hit that motherfucking like button. Our Instagram link is going to be down in the description. I'm not going to place our Teespring store in it anymore because apparently my own order for my own store for a graphic and a t-shirt that we set up was stolen. Why is that flashing red light? I don't know what that was.
Someone's stealing a car.
Oh, apparently that was what I was told. It was stolen, and I have yet to get it back. And I bought it for myself for my birthday, which was almost a month ago. So, that's that. So don't order from our Teespring store. I don't want you giving any of your money to Teespring. If you are that desperate for merch, leave a comment down below, and we'll set something up because this was fucked up.
We're gonna make a new store.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Redbubble maybe or something. No more Teesprings. Other than that, yeah, check out our Instagram. We make memes about each other. And
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10. That's all we got. Until next time.
Ahoy.
Gucci.
A gooch.
A gooch?
Fucking say it.
Gucci.